Now that we've verified that the mail processing script has correctly formed the message body and headers, we're ready to send the user input by email. So let's return to the code. And here at the bottom of process_mail.php, on line 67 at the moment we're simply setting mail sent to true. So we need to remove that true and replace it by the mail function. And we pass it all 5 arguments. The first one, 2, is the destination address. Next is subject, which is the subject line. Then we have the message body. Then the headers. And finally we're passing it the 5th argument, which we've saved as authorized. Now if this succeeds in sending the mail, the return value of mail will be true. So this will be set to true. But if it fails, we need to add an error message. So if, then the condition is not mail sent, we'll add to the errors array an element called mail fail. And we'll set that to true. But if we do succeed in sending the mail, I want to send people to another page, that's this page here, thanks.php, which simply acknowledges that the mail has been sent. So let's go to the form page, which is contact.php, and then we need to add a new line after line 14. So after we've gone through the script in process_mail.php, we have a conditional statement. If mail sent, in other words, if we succeeded in sending the mail, we call the header function and we pass it as an argument a string location : thanks.php. And then to prevent the script going any further, we need to use exit. We also need to add some code in case the mail fails for some reason or other, and we can display the same message that's used if there's a suspect phrase. So let's just go down to the body of the form here. We want to say sorry your mail couldn't be sent. At the moment the condition is if post and suspect. Well, as an alternative to suspect, we want to check whether errors mail fail has been set. So we need to add that new part in a pair of parentheses. So suspect or is set, and then we're looking for the errors array and the mail fail element. And the reason that I've wrapped this second part of the condition in an extra pair of parentheses is because we always want post to be true, but in this case either suspect can be true or is set errors mail fail can be true. So this needs to be treated as a single block. That's why it needs to be in parentheses. And then finally we need to remove the test block at the bottom of the page. So on lines 83 down to 92 we just delete all of that. Save everything, and all that remains is to test the mail processing form. The problem is that trying to do this locally is almost certain to end in failure, because most testing environments don't have a mail transport agent, and even if you set one up, most mail servers will reject mail from unrecognized sources, such as a local testing environment. So what you will need to do is to upload contact.php, process_mail.php, and thanks.php to your own remote server and test it from there. If you see sorry your mail couldn't be sent, it almost certainly means that your hosting company requires the 5th argument to mail to be set. So let's just go back up to the top here. At the moment on line 13, authorized is set to null. Now in most cases the value of this needs to be a string beginning with a hyphen, the letter F, and then without any space in between, your own email address, an email address that is valid on your domain. So if I put in david@example.com, that shows you the format, but obviously not a correct address. And this will authenticate the email as coming from a genuine source rather than a spam relay. But you do need to check with your hosting company to see what the correct format is for your particular server. And if setting a value for the fifth argument doesn't solve the problem, see the next video for hints on troubleshooting the mail function.